Okay, guys, before I record the promise video on the ACG, I need to share with you what happened earlier today on YouTube concerning my last video, which was on the basal ganglia. So grab a pen and paper because we're about to exercise our ACCs. You know, the part of the brain that loves clarity. Let's get those endorphins going, the parasympathetic nerve soothed, and our logic hats on. I'll read you the entire exchange and then we'll dissect the gaslighting and DARVO together. Ready? So, the troll's original comment was also means you need to be able to identify safe people and draw them into your life while being a walking, traumatized red flag yourself. So nice theory, but the execution is not so simple. Safe, healthy people ain't got time for this. So my response was survivors aren't walking red flags. They're walking repair manuals for what went wrong. Then it gets better because powerful advocate and one of my best friends, Lady Storm, entered the chat. She said, let's be real. Survivors aren't walking red flags. They are people who've been through things no one should go through. And yes, that can show up as anxiety, fear, or shutdowns. But we're not talking about people out here hurting others or refusing to grow. This is a space for survivors who are doing the work to heal. Saying safe, healthy people ain't got time for this is exactly the problem. If healthy means walking away from anyone still healing, then what you're saying is that trauma survivors don't deserve safety. And if that's how you feel, fine, own it. But don't act like it's just being honest. It's not, it's cruelty. Then he came back, and here's the holy Darvo Batman moment. So you got your notes ready? So he said to Lady Storm, Jesus, people, I was sharing my experience. I see healthy people leaving over and over to the point where I do not even want to go on. Sorry that offends you. So, in case y'all still don't get it, I am the red flag I was referring to. And you're kind of proving my point. It took you 2 seconds to hate me because you interpreted my intentions as you did. Then Lady Storm came back and dropped an even more powerful comment. I didn't hate you. I didn't attack you. What I did was respond to the language you used, which was harmful. If you meant it that way or not, you said safe, healthy people ain't got time for this and referred to the trauma survivors as walking red flags. That's not just your personal experience. That's a generalization, and it lands heavy in a space full of people who are doing the work. Now you're saying you're the red flag, and I want to be real with you about that too. Calling yourself that is heartbreaking. People don't leave because someone is hurting. They leave for two reasons. Either you're healing and they can't manipulate you anymore, or you're not healing and your pain is spilling out onto others. This isn't about judgment, it's about clarity. I've lived through the worst of it. I know what it's like to feel impossible to love. But that's not the truth. And none of this came from hate. It came from care and from a need to name what gets confused way too much. And just as I was getting in there to respond to Lady Storm, not him, in his own comment thread, just to point out, hey, girl, look at this. We got a great learning experience. Look at the DARVO here, gaslighting here. He dirty deleted the whole thing. Yeah, you won't see it on YouTube anymore, unfortunately. Just a couple screenshots were the only thing that survived. But thank God I had recorded the whole thing, talk to text with my husband, and that's how the full transcript still exists. So, one, in his opening comment, identify safe people and draw them into your life while being a walking traumatized red flag. That line isn't sharing experience, it's bait disguised as realism. He levels survivors with abusers by slapping on a stigmatizing label and pretending it's practical advice. That's behavior leveling. Translation: we're all red flags, so don't hold anyone accountable. See the trick? He's pathologizing healing itself. Now, Lady Storm's first response: boundaried and brilliant. She didn't attack, she clarified, she humanized survivors, named the harm, and exposed the cruelty behind all the myth information. That's what I call restorative advocacy, using the truth to repair the conversation, not burn it down. And now his response to her: the backpedal, the DARVO flip. And what's DARVO? Deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. The 5-letter acronym for what they do. All right, so what was his move? Jesus, people, I was sharing my experience. I'm the red flag I was referring to. Classic DARVO. Defend or deny. I was just sharing. That's what he said. Attack. You hate me. Yeah, I mean, he really escalated things pretty quickly, huh? Reverse victim and offender. You're proving my point. See? He rebrands himself as the wounded one to dodge accountability. It's manipulation in apologies clothing. And just a little side note before the grand finale, I just want to add something. Isn't it funny how they got us, the abusers, program us into thinking maybe I'm too sensitive. Oh, I did something wrong. And seeing ourselves as the villain in every scenario. And yet they are so quick to hand themselves the victim card. How quick they are to jump to conclusions while accusing us of doing that. Yeah, how overly sensitive they're being just on some clarity, being held accountable. Isn't that funny? So here we go. Lady Storm's follow up: surgical precision. She didn't bite, she held compassionate ground. She mirrored, named, and clarified. That's how you de gaslight in real time. And not by yelling louder, it's by refusing to lose clarity. See, ACC exercise. All right, class, your turn. What other gaslighting or DARVO tactics did you notice in this exchange? Drop them in the comments and let's build a living red flag glossary together. And now, stay tuned because I'm about to go record the video I actually promised you today on the ACG. So, see you there.